thirsted for the taste of his life's blood on my lips.
Hello everyone, I'm Kane, and this is going to be some question time. I've had a bunch of questions recently through YouTube, emails directly to me, stuff like that. One person asked for a rundown on missions, basically kill missions. Not really a rundown on them, more of how to gain money and level, not level, but gain skills and experience and such like that. There's two ways to really do the get the money, but the fastest way is delivery missions. It doesn't show that much money here, but there's a few delivery missions that you can do in, let's see here. If you go to Dwaba Field up here, you grab delivery missions there. They'll be about 2,000 credits, give or take. I think the highest I've seen is like 1,800. Grab those, and then they will tell you to talk to an NPC there, and then go down there to Verney Island. You just take a shuttle, you talk to an NPC, it gives you money. It's really fast. It doesn't give much XP though. I don't think it gives any at all. And then there's destroy missions, which I'm going to address right now. So I'm going to grab, let's see, what direction do I want? I want them that way. So to the south. So I'm going to look here, look for the best paying ones to the south. Just refresh the page a bunch because you'll see the directions are changing pretty much every time and the amount of money they're worth. So I'm going to grab this one here to the south. It's worth quite a bit of money. And let's refresh again. And this one's almost worth 3,000 credits. So what you want to do is, the first thing you want to do is you're going to have to run out to these ones when you don't have a speeder, but I've done a few, so I already have a speeder. The easiest way to get the money for the speeder is to do the Gurfield run to Verney Island, but this is the better way for XP, is to just run out, grab those missions, and then drive out to them. They'll update about 100 meters before you get to them, and it'll basically, you get there, it updates, it says okay, it's exactly this way, and then you drive up to it and it'll be a lair or a base or something like that, NPCs all around it. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to try and answer some of the questions in this video along with it. Some people have asked me why the bowcat in the first video wouldn't stop chasing me, and some people have replied that it's because it's a stalker. Although that's partly true, stalkers still have a set distance they will follow you at. They will not follow you forever. It could be, you know, a mile or 300 feet or something like that, but it's broken currently. It's not supposed to follow you forever. I have had a Tuscan executioner back in the day follow me for a mile, but I was low level and it was really high level. But still, it would stop eventually. And that's what I'm getting at. One of the other questions someone asked me is why I didn't have armor yet. And to be honest, I just hadn't thought about it. So I bought a few pieces. It's kind of a mismatch right now. I think the top is... I can't actually remember. The bottom is bone armor. Yeah, bone armor leggings. And then the top is Mibari weave. And that's all I got right now. That's all I have the money for at the moment. So, someone also said, why are some of the things I'm shooting and that they're shooting have a instant death and say it's instant death, but they shoot it and it's, you know, 2 shots like this one is? That's because the difficulty rating system is bugged. It's not where it's at, or not where it should be. They're working on it. They have to go through all the creature difficulty scaling. Another person said, why am I not gaining the XP I used to on certain mobs? It's a valid question, and I wish I had a better answer, but this is pretty much it. It's broken. They don't quite remember what all the XP should be, so a lot of stuff ends up being too low or too high. Actually, that's not true in the last part. Nothing is too high. Everything, they seem to lowball it. so that no one gets anything too fast. I don't know why they do that. They're gonna wipe the server anyways here pretty soon, as soon as they get stuff down. So that's kind of why you're not getting the XP. It's because they're dealing with brand new code. This isn't the original code of Star Wars Galaxies. It would be illegal for them to use that code, even though SOE's stance is that it doesn't exist, and they deleted the original code when they switched from normal SWG to the combat upgrade, which is BS because they legally can't destroy that. That's property of the company. But I digress. The XP, it's lowballed on pretty much everything. Like, there's some things in this game that I used to farm for hours and hours and hours that used to give fucking 8,000 XP, and I hit one the other day, killed it. Took me a while because I'm not quite where I was at when I used to farm them. It gave me like 500 XP, so not everything is anywhere near as it should be. So this game isn't perfect right now. It's an emulator. They're trying. But just keep that in mind when you're looking at this game. It's not the original. It's not the original code. They're reverse engineering this game by basically making up code as they go along and seeing how that went in the game and seeing if that is how they remembered it. And it's all a lot of perceptive and opinion based on the programmer side who are programming the emulator. They could remember it a totally different way than me. They could be like, no, everything gave almost no experience at all, and you had to spend even longer dealing with stuff. Again, it's perspective. So you'll see as I was killing that, the thing to keep in mind is I didn't immediately shoot the layer. That's kind of suicide. If you shoot the layer, everything attacks you, and even if it doesn't attack you, it's going to heal the layer to full as you shoot it, so there's no way to kill the layer while you're doing it. The best thing to do, this is another question someone asked me, the best thing to do is shoot the NPCs around it one at a time, kill them one at a time, especially if they're a lot stronger than you are. One at a time, when they're all dead, hit the layer once and only once, because the moment you hit it, 1 to like 5 are going to spawn. It depends on what you're killing. On that one, I think 1 or 2 were spawning, 2 at most. So you don't want to keep shooting it or you'll quickly be overwhelmed. So on this layer, the first thing I want to do is shoot these dally rakes. Dally rakes? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. But one at a time, they're not too hard, but they still do damage. Another thing that's not quite the way it should be in this game, stuff that should be killed easily is marked as instant death, and the damage they do is extremely high, even though your damage you're doing to them is extremely high. So it's really don't get into range to be hit by them. See, I hit that more than I should have, so there's, oh, I'm still hitting it too much. So I'm gonna have to kite a little or I'm gonna die. Alright, so I'm out of body shots there on that target. I'm tabbing to the targets individually and then loading up my ability slot here, waiting for my old abilities to die. And now everything's dead, but the game still thinks I'm in combat, so you just hit peace to stop that. Scout, because I'm working on bounty hunter, so I'm harvesting the meat. That's how you get the XP for scout. There's 3 trees. 2 of them take scouting XP from harvesting, and then 1 takes XP from trapping and 1 from camping. The camping one basically allows you to heal up faster, and medics can heal you in a camp much faster. That leads into Ranger, I believe, which allows you to stealth on any planet with camouflage. I never actually knew that many people who took that as a profession. Those were pretty rare, because they didn't get any combat stuff. And it took a long time to actually get to them, because you had to camp out on all the planets. So, they were pretty rare. I'm trying to think of other questions. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's doing a lot of damage to me. Someone was talking about why I don't play that much right now. The reason why I don't play that much, and I'm not making too many videos right now, and anyone who I've friended or haven't friended yet, I'm sorry about that, but The reason why you don't see me on much at all, except to pretty much do videos and grind a little, is there's personal stuff going on in my life right now. I'm not going to really get into it. No one really wants to hear about that. Yeah, that's pretty much how you want to get your money and XP. They instantly go to your bank slot here. There's cash and bank slot. So most any missions are all going to go to the bank. Trading on-hand cash is something you need to do for trainers to learn skills and stuff like that. You can kind of think of it in a way to games that use bound and unbound currency, but you can both trade them to players. It's all the same. It's just where it's kept. If you want to move it from one slot to the other, you go to a banking terminal at any city at all. There's tons of them all over the place, and you just move it one or the other. You can also hold items in the bank. The item slot space is limited, and you can't upgrade it, but it is a lot of items. So I don't think you'll ever really fill it unless you're like a crafter or something like that, and you don't sell your wares, or you just loot a bunch of garbage and you don't clear your inventory space. I'm going to now go touch on the delivery missions real quick. So, see you there. Alright, I'm back. So now I am at Guarfield. I'm not sure on how to pronounce that. Someone will probably say what it is in the comments. For the deliver missions, they're really simple. The spike really doesn't make it that much faster, but all you want to do is run up to any mission terminal. The where determines the end location. So for the Dwaba Gurfield, it is always the end location of Verney Island down here in the bottom left. Places elsewhere will be to different cities completely. This is just one that I find particularly easy and pays okay amounts. So what you want to do is just immediately grab the highest paying one that you see. Oh, wrong ones. They're not as much money as the destroy missions, but they're significantly faster. So all you want to do is grab ones, say 1,500 that way, and then not 1,200. You want like the same amount. You kind of want also the same direction, really, to make it shorter on the walk. But if you're not finding one that's worth the money in the right direction, you just grab one in any direction. That's what I do anyways. Hop in your speeder. Not far away at all. So this one is behind the starport. That's where this mission terminal is, by the way. It's right outside the starport. Dwaba, Doba, Guerfield. So you just pop around back, talk to this NPC. I think you can stay on your bike. Nope. Gotta hop off. So you hop off, talk to him. He'll update the missions, and it'll update to about 15,000 meters away. You'll see that's Verney Island. And I'm driving into walls. Up hills and into walls. The steering in this game, you'll keep going. So right now, I'm going to let off the W key. Character still keeps going. So you got to be really touchy in your directions, or you'll just end up going into walls. Because the game treats it like it's an actual vehicle. Oh, rubber band. It treats it like it's an actual vehicle to the point where you actually have a slowdown period. Which is, it's a nice touch. Right now, for some reason, if I hit S, it turns me around completely. But I used to remember one of the times it was that way, and the other time, I also have a vague memory of being able to hit a button to slow down and stop. I don't really remember that well. On that note, that's not a very memorable thing to really even talk about. So I'm just going to buy a ticket to Verney Island. It's cheap. It's like 100 credits. That's another thing about these delivery missions. If you don't have like 200 credits, you can't really do them. Just because you have no money to make money. So really the destroy missions are where it's at if you can't afford to buy a ticket from here to there, or if you're not even on this planet at all. If you're on somewhere like Tatooine, the delivery missions are there. You don't have to come to this planet. This is just the one I'm doing. Someone in the video recommended this one to me, and I kind of like it. And it's pretty quick. And now all I have to do is wait for the shuttle. Ah, 4 seconds, perfect, not that long. And if I look up, I believe it pops into existence to the left or the right. There it is. That was always a touch I liked in this game. You can actually look for the shuttle and it would pop out of the sky from way up there and drop into the atmosphere. It's a nice touch. Another touch that I actually think might still exist, it used to be a bug. I don't think it is. There used to be an odd bug in the captaincy or just floating randomly in the air in the ship, because you could stand inside it. There would be a pair of random underpants. People called them the pilot's hot pants, because you could just randomly see them floating in the air. I don't know if it's still here. It probably isn't. They probably fixed that. It was in the original code, so I wouldn't expect it to be here. Anyways, get on the shuttle before it leaves. Just double click the ticket collector. You don't have to go in your inventory or select anything unless you have multiple tickets. So now here I am. It's not even that far away. I can burst run to it for the first one. Second one's a little further. It's on this side of the wall. Yeah, it's on this side of the wall. I can't really think of any of the other questions. If any of you have any questions you want answered in text or video, just let me know in the comments below. I will get to them at some point. If I can't get to them in video, I will definitely get to them in the comments. So always be on the lookout for that and call me out if I don't answer anything. I try to answer everything I can for you guys. You can grab the delivery missions on the way back from Verde Island, I believe, but it takes you to a different city. It doesn't tell you to go to Dwaba Girlfield. So that's a quick way to make like 3,000 credits, the same amount you can earn from a single destroy mission. But if you do it right, you can do it pretty quick and get away with it. Let's see here. Okay, so another question people have asked is space enabled currently? No, I don't think it's enabled. It's not in. The terminals are in, but space is not there. They're working on it. 2 player cities. If you look on my shuttle map right now, you can actually see a couple player cities. Yes, player cities are there. Player shuttles are there. Player guild halls. All that's there right now. Another thing I believe people have asked is Jedi in the game. I think they've done extensive testing, and I think they released it in one of the builds in a completely different way than the way you got it in the actual Star Wars Galaxies live servers, and the community came at them with kind of a little bit of a backlash about it, saying that's not what it was, don't do anything. People are afraid of change. They said don't do anything new, keep it how it was, and you know, I have to agree on some respect to that. They're trying to make this game faithful to how it was before the combat upgrade and the NG destroyed the game. The last thing you need to do is be like, hey, I got a great idea. You want to know who else had a great idea? SOE and Smedley team. So they mean well, but they need to keep it how it is. They need to keep it how it is until they have it down, pat, coded, working, and a lot less bugs, and then they can work on content. Until they do, they shouldn't work on that. They have other things they need to worry about that. The full list of what they're working on is on the SWGEMU.com website under their status page, I believe, and it's just a forum post on what's working, what's not, what they're working on, what's going to be implemented, when their server is brought down. That is another reason I am not really working on this character like I was. Like, I pretty much, once they made this current build, I was pretty on it. I was like working on everything. I wanted to start doing the videos, and then I heard they're redoing the server again and it's going to be shut down, so I kind of canceled upping this guy much at all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably be posting another one soon, I hope, or at least recording it and getting to editing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.